Hello everyone. Imagine this. Your Kubernetes cluster get compromised, not because of a fancy zero-day exploit, but simply because someone found your password sitting somewhere on a Git repo in either a plain text or in a secret Kubernetes way. That's the reality of many things. Kubernetes secrets are not encrypted by default at rest, and they are way too easy to leak. Give me less than 20 minutes and I will explain you and show you exactly what you should do with HashiCorp Vault, which is the industry standard way of managing secrets running securely in high availability mode on Kubernetes. We will go from zero to real secret injection in a live application using Vault. No more copying keys, no more plain text password, and with proper automation plus built-in access control. So if you want a production grade Kubernetes secret management, that's what makes your life easier than harder. Stick around and let's get started right now. Welcome to Tech Talk Nathan. Today we are diving into secret management using HashiCorp Vault, one of the most widely used tools for managing sensitive data in cloud-native environments. In this demo, I will start by giving a quick overview of Vault, explaining Vault dev mode so you understand the fundamentals. We will not stay long on that topic because you can find a lot of materials on this, but then we will deploy Vault on Kubernetes step by step. I will walk you through the manual process of initializing and unsealing Vault, and we will finalize use Vault inject secret. The goal is to understand how Vault works in practice and how this fits into real production workflow. So let's get started. Before jumping into Kubernetes, let's briefly talk about what Vault actually is. Vault is a centralized secret management system. It securely stores secrets like database password, API key, token, control access to them through authentication and policy. Vault has a server client architecture. The Vault server stores secret encrypted at rest, and client authenticates Vault to retrieve them securely. For learning and most, Vault provide dev mode, which I will explain you here. The first thing that you need to do is to install Vault. From the documentation, you can see multiple ways to install Vault. If you're on macOS, Windows, or Linux, you have different instructions for Vault installation. These steps I have already done, so you can choose the method of installation so that we can go along. I have already done it, so I will continue. Vault provide a mode that can help you to try it. So the server mode is very simple. In few seconds, you have a Vault dev mode. You can test it. By default, Vault is exposed on 8200 port, and Vault dev comes with already unseal and initialize. You can use it right away. You have a root token and unseal key. So if we try to access with our token, we are in. On dev mode, you already have the secret engine that by default mount on secrets. You can enable further engines by enabling it here or with CLI or API. So you have different objects, authentication method. By default, Vault comes with token authentication method. You can enable many more authentication methods, and these have the approach, UWT, Kubernetes, etc. In Vault, when you authenticate, you receive a token. No matter which authentication method that you use, Vault allows you a token. If you authenticate with Apro, you will receive a token. With Kubernetes or LDAP or IT, you will still receive a token. And with that token, you have a set of policy. The policy Vault allows you to have a certain access to resources. Let's dive in the Kubernetes setup. The setup with Kubernetes, I will use ArgoCD to deploy the Helm chart, and then we will initialize Vault and unseal it. I'm using Kubernetes with Helm. I will create an app for Vault. The most important thing here I want to specify is this version. For now, we will use this target. Later on, we will do Auto-Unseal Vault. The most important thing I want to show you is the values, the HA which is high availability, and by default it's 3, and we will be enabling the UI and Raft as storage. So this is the basic values that you need to set. Now you see that the Vault has been started and it's thinking, it's progressing. You can see things are being created. I think we can just check the Vault, how they are. Something are being created. So let's give it some time. Now the pod are running, so something is missing, which is Vault is not initialized. That is expected because the first time that you install Vault, you need to initialize it and unseal. That's what we will be doing. So as we said, we have 3 Vault components. We will start using this one. Let us check the status of Vault to confirm that it is not initialized and sealed. So you see that the initialize here is false and seal is true. The first thing we need to do is to initialize Vault, run Vault operator init, and we specify the number of key shares that we want. By default, if you don't specify these 2 parameters, it will create for you 5 key shares, 3 thresholds. So the key shares are the number of keys that you create, and the threshold is the number of keys that you need to unseal Vault. All the key share, the keys should not be on the same place, should be stored in different places. Initialize it. It takes some time. So our Vault is initialized, and we have received 3 unsealed keys as we have specified on our setup, and we have also received a root token. You can use the unsealed keys later to recreate the root key, the root token. You have to store it in a proper place. So for the root token, you can revoke the token when you have finished creating the admin token, or you have enabled admin credential by using any other authentication method. I will save this one for demo. If we try to get the pod, you will see that the pod are still not ready. This is because the Vault is initialized but it's sealed. So here you see the initialize is true, so the sealed should be false. Let's unseal Vault. I provide the first key, and you see here the unseal progress is 1, 2. Here it was 0, 2 when I provide, so I need to provide one more key. Let's do it. And now you can see that the seal is false, initialized and unsealed, and you can see that the first one is ready, so the other one are not still ready. So we need to join them to the Vault cluster, and we will be running Vault operator Raft join. So you should run Vault. This is to get inside Vault, and then Vault operator Raft join. This is the address of the cluster. For now, the leader is 0 because it's the only one that is initialized and unsealed. If you have to, let's do the other one. Let's unseal. So we see that one has joined the cluster, but it's still unsealed. So let's unseal it. Now it is false and it's running. Let's do it for the second one, the Vault 2. So it already joined the cluster. So the seal is false. And we can see that all the 3 Vault components are running and they are ready. It's cluster IP. There's no external IP. I can create, since we have a gateway API name, I will create gateway API object for us to connect. But this is not needed for this demo. It's not mandatory to have it. I will create separately this object from Vault setup. I will call it Vault External Access. I've already prepared the files. With certificates, we will be using example.com, example CA for the gateway simple. As I did for Hello World app, I will create a redirect for any HTTP request, and then here the most important thing is you need to specify the backend. The service is Vault UI and the port is 8200. We are done. Just need to add a customize to customize our file, the customization, and we are ready to go. Plus the app. Let's deploy the Vault external access. This will give us just a nice URL to connect to Vault. So our objects are created, the route is created, it's valid and true, so we can check the IP address. So the gateway is this one, the IP address. I will change. So you can see that we have access to our Vault. Grab the token, and here we are, a clean Vault that is ready to be used. There's no secret engine, though by default we have keyhole, which is private secret storage. The next step of our demo is to connect. We will create a secret and then fetch the secret from our demo application. So we will be using Injector to inject our secret in the deployment of Hello World app. First of all, we need to create a secret. I need to log into Vault. I'm logging. I will enable Vault secret engine. So our secret engine is enabled on secret path. For secret list, we have our secret. Vault key value put secret. Let's call it Hello World. Call it my secret. So we have username and password. Now let's set them on our deployment. We have enabled our secret engine. We have put data, the secret path for our Hello World app. The next thing is to enable Kubernetes authentication by doing Vault auth enable Kubernetes. Let us write our configuration for Kubernetes authentication method. The next thing is to create a policy. Right. Our policy is created. We could have also created everything from the UI. We need to create a role for the app, Hello World app, to be able to get the secret. So for that, we need to create a service account. I will create a specific one for the app. We need to create a Kubernetes authentication role. So here it's asking me to create an audience, but I don't need it. So let us update our deployment. The first thing we need to do is to set this service account on the sec account, and this one is up. We have called it up. We want to use injector. We can add annotation here from the template. We have metadata and agent inject it through Vault HashiCorp. Here the role is called up, and the secrets, and here you have the template that will render the secret. I will check now. We can see that we have one job that is completed and it has rendered our secret into Vault secret config file, and here the agent is running, and you can see 2 pods are running. All right, we did it. We started by understanding why Vault matters and what is Vault Dev Mode. Then we deploy high availability Vault cluster on Kubernetes with Helm, and we initialized and unseal it step by steps, and you have been able to follow along. We have set up external access, and we have enabled secret engine value pair, configure Kubernetes, created policies and roles, and finally we use Vault Injector to deliver secret inside our Hello World application, all without even exposing them in Kubernetes native secret. This is exactly the kind of setup many teams are doing today in production to meet compliant requirements and to reduce the risk of leakage. You have now the full end-to-end workflow in your hand. If this video helps you to level up secret management game, please hit up the like button, drop a comment, and tell me what is the part you liked most and what do you like to see in the next session, and subscribe if you want more practical content to enhance your production environment. Thank you for watching. Stay secure out there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.